Greetings to you wherever you are watching me from. I trust you are all doing great, and I am excited to have you back to my YouTube channel. I welcome you back. I know I have been missing in action for a while, and I do apologize for that. It was due to a number of things, a number of other commitments with which I was overwhelmed. And I'm hoping that going forward, I should be consistent with my recordings or my uploadings. I have quite a huge backlog of recordings, so I just need to set out time to do the editing and then upload it. Hopefully, you will start seeing some consistent uploads from me from this time going forward. Anyways, so I thought I'll show you what I do to my cake cut apps. Yes, sometimes, not sometimes, all the time when I decorate cakes, in order to prepare for them and prepare them for my actual decoration, I love deliciousness. I call it deliciousness. I cut up in order to get my desired shape for um, my decorated cake. So this deliciousness, actually a lot of work go into them. A lot of work, a lot of resources, a lot of ingredients, delicious ingredients, and love go into them. So it would be a real shame to throw them away. So rather than throwing them away, I prepare them in order to preserve them, and then subsequently either give them away, which I do all the time, or now I'm beginning to think of using them to create cake pops and cake sickles, and also cake tubs. So I don't know how that one is going to pan out because I need to create them to do that. I think it's easier in terms of time to just simply give it away. But we'll see how it goes. Anyways, I'm showing you how I prepare these cake cutters. So, as I stated earlier in the write-up there, my hands have already been washed before I commenced work on this project. So, what I tend to do is that I initially, using my carving knife, lightly scrape off the caramelized part of the cake. So it's a very light part, which I just scrape off because I don't want too much of a brown. It's still cake, but that part I tend to scrape it off from the sides of the cake, or the front and the back side of the cake. And I'll proceed to trimming my cake to my desired level. So whilst doing that, there's usually a huge chunk of cake that get cut up. So I preserve those. So what I tend to do is I lay out two clean film sheets on my clean work surface. So one of them I place the scraped caramelized bits onto them, and then the other sheet I place the proper cake part onto them. So as you can see, I've scraped up and leveled my cake, which I'm creating into number. So once I have done that, I discard the scrapes of the caramelized sections, and then place the actual cake, you can see them, into a Ziploc bag. This is like a cellophane bag that has a zip clip to preserve it and to let air out of it. So I place this cake in a Ziploc bag and try my best as I can to exclude as much air as I can from the bag, which I am doing now. And then place that bag, or before I do that, I mark it with the date I am doing this to help me with how long it stays in my freezer. So that's what I do. I simply do that, then exclude as I love exclude air as best as I can from that bag, then clip it up, or seal it up, and then place it, mark it with a date, and then place it in my freezer for storage. So with that, anytime I go to church, hopefully I try to remember I take these Ziploc bags along with cake and then give it away. People, they always appreciate it, and people always look forward to having them. Sometimes they're bigger than this, depending on what I'm creating or the cakes I'm carving. Sometimes they're smaller than this, and I can do them in. So if I have a different flavor, I use a different Ziploc bag. Those Ziploc bags are not cheap as well. So when I give it away, it's given away with love. So I hope you now can see how I preserve my cake cutouts. Nothing should be wasted. I try to preserve my cake as best as I can because now my kids get tired of the cake. So if I leave them in my fridge, it's gonna go off. So seal them and freeze them, store them in my freezer until I'm able to go to church and give them away. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time in my video. Take care for now. Bye.